Hey, what's going on, guys? Brandon here with Texas Plinking, and there was a good 3 different videos I wanted to make, and I thought just for the sake of efficiency, we're gonna make it all in this video. I want to make a video on a couple of new Rugers I just got, a couple of new suppressors I just got, this new thermal I just got. I figure we're just gonna go ahead and throw it all into this video. So might seem kind of formatted like a random range day, but definitely purposeful in the sense that you guys read the video title. That this video is gonna be mostly talking about what I think is, in combination, the quietest rifle I have. That's not rimfire anyway, but if you like rimfire, I'm probably going to show you guys one of the quietest pistols I have. Talking about this rig right here. In short, it's a bolt action 300 blackout, and it's got a really cool suppressor on there. And I've got some supersonics and some subsonic ammo, and it's a very quiet way to get 220 grains downrange. This here is a Ruger American Ranch rifle in 300 blackout. Got a 16.1 inch barrel. And what good is 300 blackout if you're not going to suppress it? And so I've got the new Ruger and dead air combination. This is the RXD 30 Ti. This is a 30 cal suppressor, and because it's titanium, only weighs 12.4 ounces, 7.34 inches in length. And it's available in black or burnt bronze, this one here being black. It's also rated for up to 300 PRC, but of course, like I said, we're gonna be shooting some 300 blackout today, mostly subsonic. So for the sake of also trying to just, try new and fun equipment, but also make something kind of cohesive here, topped it off with the thermal. Been showcasing a lot of thermal recently just because it's become more attainable for sure. This is a one leaf MT1000 LRF, and as the name suggests, it's a thermal with a laser rangefinder. With a lot of other features as well. There's like, 11 different color palettes, 6 different set scenes as well to help you automatically set some contrast adjustments, all that kind of stuff. But it's got a built-in ballistic calculator, and honestly, as I'm saying all this, I'm kind of a FUD when it comes to tech. Pretty freaking easy to set up. I actually sighted it in off camera, and it's got a very easy sight-in feature to where it shows the original crosshair and your new impact point, so it can reference itself. So you really do like a one-shot zero. And the menu system is just very easy. It's got internal recording that I'll be using so you guys can see what I'm saying, but really cool thermal actually. Something that makes this one really unique is it's got interchangeable lenses. Right now it's equipped with a 50mm objective lens, but there's also a 35mm objective lens. Why do you want to swap between lenses? I think the 35 has slightly a more wider or less starting zoom. But we're going to be rocking the 50mm today. Of course, like most thermals nowadays, you got customizable reticle options like the type of reticle, first focal plane, second focal plane, reticle colors, and all that good stuff. Like I already said, it's got built-in recording, and you access that through the micro SD card on the side of the thing. IP67 waterproof rating, shockproof, dustproof, all that good stuff. Talking about pricing, it's $1,459 for the 35mm lens version, $1,759 for the 50mm, or $2,059 for having both of them. And One Leaf was cool enough to supply us all with a coupon code. Texas Plinking drops it down another 5%. So fully equipped with the 2 lenses, if you guys decide to go that way, it's under $2,000. And I didn't even mention it's a 640 by 512 resolution. I actually did put in all the ballistic calculator features on here, and then by pressing this top button, it displays the range that I'm shooting, and it gives me the drop. Doesn't give the windage, but I think it could if I display that information. I just put 0 wind. It actually shows where to hold over at the range. That being said, as cool as that sounds, and it does sound cool, I put in all the ballistic information as accurate as I could, and I shot it a little bit off camera, and it seems to be accurate, the ballistic calculator part, but the range itself seems to be off just a little bit. And with subsonic 220 grain 300 blackout, it's very sensitive even if it's off by like 10 yards. So it seems to be off just a little bit, and maybe that's something I could calibrate with the laser rangefinder. I just pulled it out of the box and mounted it, so maybe there's some kind of calibration I can do to get the LRF more dialed in, because like I said, when you're shooting out these 220 grain subs, 10 yards makes a massive difference, and so the LRF seems a little bit off right now. But nonetheless, it's got a sight in at 100 yards, and so enough to have some fun and show you guys what we're dealing with here. So yeah, not a full review of the thermal or the rifle itself, just going to be kind of plinking around with it. As far as ammo, this is going to be some stealth subsonic ammunition, ammo incorporated, and this is, like I said, 220 grain TMC. One thing I will say about this Ruger American, love it, honestly, especially for the price. It's awesome, spiral flutes, really cool, but it takes AR mags, and the AR mags want to lock back on the last round. So when I'm on the last one and it's empty, I can't close the bolt unless I press the follower down. Little nitpick there, but whatever. Got some rounds loaded up here, and we will not be needing hearing protection for this one, and that's pretty cool. Zeroed it at 100 yards, and then I'm going to go ahead and start screen recording here. And so you guys are going to see that I range find this for, let's actually do it again here, 41 yards. And I'm going to have to actually hold above it just because the bullet's dropping so fast at the 100 yard zero. So let's go ahead and try it out. Kind of hard to see. It's a hot day and these targets have just been out there, so it's not a whole lot of contrast right now, but we'll go ahead and try it. another little rack right here. Let's go ahead and just put one in the dirt so you guys can hear what I'm hearing. You can hear from just 41 yards the sound, the round going off, and then the sound of the dirt being hit pretty hard. All right, go back to some steel here. AR mags, gotta lock back. Don't like that on bolt guns, but that's all right. All right, so got that. Now the theory is we go ahead and do this. Chamber it up. And then the rangefinder I don't have active, so I can press it again. There we go. Press it again so it stops reading consistently. It's gonna go right on my crosshairs because that's where I zeroed it. That's a much bigger delay. There we go. Where am I hitting? Oh, I'm hitting kind of on the left side of it. That wind might be affecting a decent amount. There we go. Go back to silhouette just to get my confidence up. All right, there it is. That's pretty cool. You can see that delay or hear that delay at 100 yards. Makes you think it's like 500. Pretty cool. 150 grains, and I remember checking the velocity. It's certainly supersonic. I've not shot supersonic out of this configuration, so I got 5 supersonic and then 5 of the subs. That gets there much quicker. Still though, under this metal shooting, structure, no ears, nothing like that. Still relatively quiet for sending some big pill out there that fast. Light primer strike on that one. Interessante. Is this subs already? Uh-oh. Light primer strike on that one too. Mother of God. Yeah, not a fan of that, I will say. All right, so let's see here. Okay, the 2 light primer strikes were with this load. The rest of them we'll just go ahead and put in the dirt, just because I haven't really represented just how quiet it is. There it is. Pretty cool setup. I know I threw some new things together and just kind of made 3 videos into one, but as it goes, pretty cool cohesive thing. Very, very quiet hog hunting rig and all that good stuff. So I quite like it. There's one more thing I want to show you. This here is a Ruger Mark IV, very, very famous 22 pistol. A lot of fun, and it's also got a Ruger and Dead Air Cross, the RXD 22 Ti. So much like the 30 Ti, but 22. Given the name, 22. Also rated for 5.7x28, so have to try that one of these days. But for now, got some supersonic 22. This here, I made a video with it, so I'll spare you the nitty-gritty details, but this is the Infotech Fast Mini. This little pocket-sized thing is a thermal optic. Won't call it a scope per se, but it's got 0.5 and 1 times zoom. So little thermal red dot, if you will. If you want all the nitty-gritty stuff, made a video before. Let's go ahead and power this sucker on here and just see what we can do with the 22, the new suppressor and all that fun stuff. We go high on it. And again, for one of these things, they're under $1,000. They're pretty cool. I would target them kind of more into the recreational side of things, or like I said, you could put it on like a canted mount for like an AR. That's where it's got like a real world use case for like hunting, for scanning, all that kind of stuff. But in this kind of case, totally for recreation. I wouldn't really put this on the EDC, trust your life with it kind of thing, but for recreation, or like I said, just scanning, hunting, Very, very cool. If you guys are interested in one, more details, like I said, watch the other video. There's also a link in the description if you guys want to check one out. It's bright outside and we're using thermal, which is not the ideal case, but if you want to try to zoom in here, you can kind of see the contrast with the targets. You can see this little circle right here. Let's go ahead and just mag dump it. Pretty cool. No hearing protection needed for that at all. That's supersonic. Again, if you guys want to check out the one-leaf thermal, link in the description, and Texas Plinking as the coupon code saves you 5%. If you guys are interested in that little Infotech thermal as well, link in the description for that as well. But yeah, just kind of not quite random range day. Not one of those episodes, but felt like one. So there you guys go. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Take care.